Hey, how you doing? Justin here for another lockdown lesson. Today I've got one of my favourite guitar players around. He is the Telecaster master, Mr. Jim Campilongo, who I met probably 10 or more years ago in New York. We went over and did an interview, and big fan of his record. At that time it was an album called Orange, which had loads of amazing guitar things on it that I was busy stealing, and I happened to be in New York and hooked up with Jim there for a chat about what he played. I learned loads then, so I'm looking forward to learning some more now, Jim. How are you? How are you?
Well, I love what you do, Justin, and I'm really happy to be here. So, great to see you.
Good to see you too, man. So what I was hoping to chat to you about today, because as much as these are a lesson kind of for YouTube, it is for me. It is like stuff I want to learn about from people who I like. And that's how you approach chord melody, because I love the way that you... when you're playing, you always bring melody notes out of chord progressions. You do a lot of really beautiful kind of solo guitar things, not like Joe Passy, all fancy things, but you've got these little, I mean, they're fancy, as fancy as Joe Pass sometimes, but it's not that kind of big block jazz things. They're more weavy and kind of, what's your approach to it? If you're doing a chord melody on a, let's pick a standard or a blues or something fairly simple, but what do you use to...
Well, let's say if it was, I want to do something I kind of know, so maybe Misty and everybody kind of knows that song. So,
in E flat, first chord is E flat?
E flat.
Yeah. Okay.
My understanding is Hendrix played Misty.
Yeah,
I would have loved it. Yeah, back in the day when he was in the army. And Roy Buchanan does a great version of Misty on the PBS special.
I've not heard that. Okay,
it's really good.
Need to look it up.
But the first thing I do is look at the lyrics. I mean, I'm lucky enough I have a real book, and I'd look at the lyrics. So whatever I'm playing kind of invokes those lines. And, but some of the basics are, so that's our melody, right? Look at me. And you kind of have to keep things, I think, on the top couple of strings. Because if you go, let's say you're here, it's a nicer, it's a totally different sound. Well, not totally different, but this is. But you don't have anything below it. So, that's kind of the obvious one. Is this are you learning at all, Justin? I mean, is it? So I might do... I like this chord a lot. It's a B chord, and that's a 9. That one. But if you lower this note, it has that kind of more. And then, and we got our look at me. Look at me. Now, something I might mess around with. Maybe not the first chorus. Yeah, it's probably like the most functional fingering would be, but I think I flip-flop around. This is an option. Yeah, and that's just a D triad. F sharp, A, D on top of an E flat.
Are you playing F sharp?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I might do that like the
third. Like a Jimmy Smith torture.
Yeah, Johnny Smith. I honestly think it is Johnny Smith.
Why am I thinking Jimmy Smith? Oh, Jimmy Smith was the Hammond player. Sorry, right.
Yes, yeah. My memory's terrible, but I think it is Johnny Smith. Okay, I wouldn't start the tune with that.
Yeah.
So it's a little tricky. And then if I got a D triad, I mean, you know, well, so I just did a D triad here, which may come in handy later. Like I said, if I was going to go 1, 2, 3, you know, I don't think I'd do that right off, but since this D triad works here, why not? Sounds kind of cool, right?
Yeah. So when you're thinking, we know that are you just got a D on the top? So no, I was thinking the melody was going to have to be an F sharp, but it's not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That leaves the melody, so we could do, I mean, it sounded good, right? But it isn't really the tune. We could go, that's really out. You know, and you could get the melody. It's a little pushing it. No. You know, like during the tune maybe. And just I'm trying to show you some things I might do that aren't Joe Passy. That's a good one too. And we're playing E flat on top, but that's in there. And that's one of my favorite major 7th chords. So it's D, E flat. That's it.
So you're not even bothering with the root or the lower
Not even bothering with it. I mean, if you wanted to add something, that's really nice, but it almost obscures. I mean, to me, that's a great major 7th chord, and the piano player with all his 10 notes is going to envy you. Yeah, because you could go, you know, and it really embellishes the strength of this crazy instrument we play that was not intended for, you know, I think the guitar was invented so we could go, you know, and not you know, these kind of tunes. So
that's lovely. I really like this already. Yeah.
We also could go, you know, just hit the D here. That's out. G sharp, which has nothing to do with anything. Okay, so now we have move ahead, and I'm kind of winging this, you know. So we go da 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 da. So that's just a 2-5-1 to A flat. Yeah. So we did da ba ba da ba 2-5 to A flat. Okay. And I definitely will. I don't know about you, but when I used to do chord melodies, I'd really make them super hard and like really ambitious, and then I wouldn't know the song anymore. And I kind of only knew like this composition of a chord melody, and I certainly wouldn't be able to play the single note. Like, because, you know, I'd kind of just start looking at his chord. So I always tell my students, that just know the single note melody, because if we were playing trumpet, that would be good enough. Like, that's where, like, there's nothing terrible about that, and that was nice. You know, a little Django bend. Like, that was B up to C, but I try to make it sound like it's a heavy string. Like you're a little flat. Instead of these things.
And that was on the A flat, right?
I did. It's from We Want This Note.
Yeah.
We did. You know, that's it. B up to the major third.
And then just let that fall off again. Yeah.
So I will definitely like reinforce this. I mean, again, I'm leaving, you know, I'm just, it's probably, I mean, I remember, it might be disappointing if I talk about single note lines, if anybody out there, or even yourself, is like me, because I remember, I was a big Barney Kessel fan, and I remember, this is about 20 years ago, but a friend of mine said, I got this Barney Kessel video, you know, I ordered it, I can't wait. And he got it and he was like, oh man, it wasn't that great. He just talks about like single note lines and making melodies. And I was like, really? You know, because I wanted to learn like a 2/5 lick, you know, and Barney wasn't about that. And I don't want to get into that territory, but... So here we got, I'd probably do thirds. So here, the typical one would be, that's a 2/5, but I don't really like that. Like, not really. Not as much as, like this. You know, it's like, yes, I'm speaking, you know, I'm doing Shakespeare, but, you know, but so, nothing wrong with that. I mean, but I might go, okay.
So it's like in memory of Elizabeth Reed. Yeah.
Exactly. Now I think I look at everything attached to a bar chord. Okay, so that's our chord. That's the same chord.
Yeah.
So I don't confuse it and think, hey, that's you know, D flat major 7. It is, but it's also B flat 9, 9 7 root minor third. Now, you know, and I learned that from a memory of Elizabeth Reed. You know, that I was like, well, that's an A minor, you know, but so I think it's, for me, I like this better. Okay. Then
I like this moving to the 6 as well for the E flat there. That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. This is easy to do.
minor, you know, so that's a 2/5. Okay, so we did. I think I'm doing. It sounds good and it looks a little better. And then the top part of this. And then I'd probably go to, and that's just a major 7 without the third, because I think that gets murky.
Yeah.
Nice. That's also a nice little movement within that.
Those are like George Van Epps things. So I'd go. And that's not in the tune, but it sounds nice. And those really come in handy. You know, that's just, I kind of screwed up because we're in A flat, which is a little hard to see, but that's just progression. You know, it's like, you know, all the white keys of the piano.
Yeah.
So then we have we could always maybe bend for I'd probably bend it like that. Okay, so we were here. Where were we? Okay, I do the third thing again.
Were you not at that bit? Yeah.
I mean, I just go. I mean, that's cool too. I mean, that's a lot of work. You know, I like I just want to be able to play the damn thing, you know. And this is nice. I like what you did, because then we go to the minor. Same thing as before.
Same. Yeah.
Maybe we could do that. Is this like what to your liking?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm learning lots from this. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
All it is this, right? But we're adding a note.
What's really funny about doing some of these sessions is it's like I feel like I should have thought of doing that before. I'm just like, I know these things, I know those grips. Like, I've played this song, and I know I've got a little basic chord melody arrangement that I learned 100 years ago. But it's like, these are really. It's like, why wouldn't I have thought of doing that? That's such a nice idea, and it's just straight off the chord. Like, yeah, I love the irony of it.
Well, between the two of us, we have one good brain, I bet. So, anyway, I like the little thing. That's another option. I'm not sure I like it as much, but it's nice. And I'll do it here. And that's where, you know, I play very diatonically, you know. And so it's like that. The first one's E flat, C, E flat. It's like an octave with a third in it. Let me hear it. Yeah, you're doing, put instead of that note, yeah. Okay. And it's like that throughout. I'm doing all those same things. Arpeggiate them so you can hear them. It's just thirds. And I go way down there just to keep this thing intact. Time to put in a jazz chord.
That's that flat 9 thing that you used, like you used in the intro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a Barney Kessel one. So it's just like the first bar chord you ever learned or third bar chord you ever learned. Like B7, right? Just play B7. It looks like an A7 in the wrong place. Lower this note. And it's like a flat 5.
Yeah. A B flat 7, flat 5.
Yeah. I bet we could do this too. Get low E in there. You know. So we could get really weird there. But let's go with this. Now we have our turnaround. And it's 3-6-2-5. Let's keep the E flat up there. That's the Hendrix chord with C in the bass.
Yeah.
That's really jazzy. I mean, you know. That's the one where I would maybe put something weird in there or something new. You know, whatever, one of those. Or.
Sorry, I just should let you. Yeah, so normally you'd play like a fairly simple, straight ahead one first to get the listener's ear tuned into what the song is, right? So that they're like, everyone in the audience goes, "Oh, he's playing Misty." You know, and then take it out.
I mean, I want to give them something to hang their hat on. You know, when I did, you know, off Orange, like. I can't remember shit. Duh. Then I did. Bum, bum. You know, like that. I mean, our ears are filling in. I mean, it's the song, but if I played that first, it would be, I don't know. It's like you got to kind of give the listener, even ourselves, something to hang a hat on. And then I might do the. Like, it's pretty weird. You know? So then it's full on. But anyway, this Misty's
this is that example of Wish Upon a Star. Is I've transcribed that. That's one of the things off that record that I was like, oh my god, how's he done this? And it's exactly one of those things where for me the melody is really strong. It's very clear, the melody, but there's all of these underlying twists to the harmony that are not what you would normally expect. It's like, how did he put that bass note on that and it still sounds so cool, you know, because it almost shouldn't sometimes, you know.
You should send me your transcription so I but usually there is justification for it. I mean, some of the that's basically like, you know, which is a really nice sound and legit. Just, it's like, you could call it a sharp 9 or a diminished. And here we could do the 2-5. I might do that instead of so tritone substitution. I wish I could keep this E flat in there. I don't. Yeah.
You can.
That's nice. That sounds, it's very guitaristic too. So I did G minor 7 with E flat on top.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
E major 7.
Yeah, it's not that hard. And that way we could keep this going. I wonder if we could, that's a little too out. I mean, I don't think it matches the lyric, you know? You know, I'd probably do that. And then we're...
Your grip collection, because you've got fantastic, interesting chord grips. Are you just digging around until you find stuff? Are you just experimenting, going, well, here's a bass note, this is the melody note I want. How many weird ways can I put my fingers to get a sound? Or have you got, have you done lots of working out of stuff? Were there books that, you know, are you another graduate of the Mickey Baker jazz guitar?
Well, you know, not really. I mean, I don't think I use a lot of grips, but I look at things, and I mean, in a lot of ways, I really don't like those Mickey Baker kind of chords, you know, like the whole, you know, I mean, I like that. I mean, because I know that and I use it, but some of those jazz, you know, like the, I mean, they're nice. I'm making fun of them, and I shouldn't. But you know, it just attracts me more. You know, like a little thing. But what I'll do is, a lot of times I just look at the top note, like we kind of milk this dry, but like that D. Like I'll think, well, what other chord could this be with a D on top? That doesn't work. Obviously that works. This kind of worked, you know, courtesy of Johnny Smith. So I tried a D. It's a little too weird for this tune. You know, maybe that, you know, would be interesting. And it's not the melody. There, I got it that time. And we're back to... So now, any questions? I did feel like you said something and I didn't answer.
No, it's all good.
But this, for example, it's just 3-6-2-5. So we could have went... And that's really what I should have made fun of. You know, like, it's just kind of like...
Big block chords. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you know, like, that's right. You know, I might... Like, I would do that.
What? I want that lick. What's that? That's
Okay,
great.
it's really easy,
Yeah.
like everything I play.
Okay, so we got G minor 7 that I was making fun of, and we were like giving it a dirty look. Okay, so instead we just go. Yeah, and you know, play that in E. C. You know, they're really easy to find. Like,
Yeah.
but they didn't sound like, which is nice. But okay, so that's for a root 5 minor chord. Then we had C7, because that's what we're doing here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the more out one.
It's almost. Check it out.
It's off this chord, and this is the harder one. Okay, the easy one is this.
Like John Lennon would play that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But if we want some real tension, I'd go upstairs to the 7th, the sharp 9, then to the 3rd, thank God, then the flat 9. So you're doing this in a sense. It's that thing.
Yeah.
But it's more interesting, I think, and a little more emotional. Like, because we could have went, but not the greatest
That's it.
Nice. That's a really nice line.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I like it because it's easy too. It sounds kind of like, classical or something, but that was just going.
Oh yeah, of course, using a tritone substitution off the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I kind of like that too.
Yeah.
It starts to kind of give itself away though.
Like, hey, he's just doing a pattern. Yeah. And that's a real easy one. I think that's the one. And even that would be my go.
I learned an arrangement of this years and years ago, and on that turnaround they superimposed the Coltrane thing on it. So it always, in my mind, that turnaround is always. I always hear that sequence there, even though it's completely not what the chords are.
Well, it could be anything we want, and it could certainly be that. Whatever.
E flat to E flat.
What key are we in?
E flat major 7 to G flat major 7 to B major 7 to E major 7.
That's good. I know that as the Nightlife turnaround by Buddy Emmons. Yeah. And I'm a little rusty on it in this key.
It took me a sec anyway.
So now we got the bridge. I don't know if I have any great insights. So that's the melody. And we're going da boo da ba da ba da 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 da, or da ba da 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 da. You can always just look at it like E flat 7. Maybe.
What's that nice bit of contrary motion at the beginning?
It's just so that's all it is. It's just hard because it's on the bottom strings.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that's nice. Again,
Yeah, and it's right. It's so we got. Sorry. No, what is it? Yeah. So the bass note's going. We frozen? Let me make sure yeah, I'm still taping. So we haven't been able to use many open strings in this. But I certainly would there.
Yeah, and there,
I'd go again. It's sadder than this. You know, like that's a little more stark than, you know.
It's funny, the fifth is normally such a dull interval, but in that context it really changes the feeling of it, doesn't it? Because that is definitely sadder than...
That's got the F on, the E flat on top, but like you kind of hear this, you know, which is dissonant really, and it's not unlike this. You know, it's inverted, I think. Yeah, that's even with just. Then we have. Sorry. What is it?
very cool.
This might be nice. Because that's like. And I'm putting a G in there, and I don't know if I could justify it, but it sounds good. And we're back to. You know, I might do a pass thing there. So we did, if I could remember. Wait, sorry. Yeah, I might just go with that. I liked it, but it's a lot to fit in. F 5, or it would be.
Again, what's the top part of that lick? Where you're on the F? Is that
it's really easy.
Okay, so this is our, you know, so you just play the top thing and then an 11 chord. And I remember that because it's so ambiguous, it's a whole step below my bar chord. You know, and then it's just like an 11, lift third finger.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you could do this. And that's all F minor, right? Yeah, and it's easy. Here it is in C, you know. Well, that's starting to sound like E flat. It's a nice thing, but I did. Okay, so we did. Sorry. Sorry for the F word. I think you got it, even though I keep hosing it. And then we have the third one, and that's where maybe it's start time to go, you know, or trying to come up with an ending, but it was okay. Kind of a little meandering.
Absolutely.
Is there anything specific there?
Is that you? Yeah.
That was me. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I like all of it. I like the harmonics stuff. I like the fact that you kind of walked around it for like using that.
Yeah, that's good.
Idea. That's a really nifty one to nick.
That's a good one.
I think if
I use that.
I use that a lot. Like, not just in that context too. Like, if it was something like, you know, sorry. And I this isn't worked out, but I'm just going to play something really simple like C, G7. So that's as corny as it gets. Sorry. Happens to me too. If it works over that, it's going to work over anything, and that's I tend to do these kind of things. get the idea.
I have another session where I do some more of this sort of stuff too.
Let's just do a C to G7 lesson.
Yeah, actually, that would be a really fun way to spend an hour for sure.
Oh, it would be fun for me too.
This has been super duper fun. Are you cool if I make a transcription of this arrangement and give it away with the lesson?
Go ahead. I mean, I think I have so many lessons on my website, and I'm not plugging them, that I can't remember. There's over 100, and I can't remember if this is on there or not. But if it was, I forgot it, and if it is, it's different. Because it was. I mean, I usually try and make them my lessons a little less. I might throw something like this in there. I mean, I know that isn't on there because I might go with the more. It's not total like generic, but I want it to be a good lesson. All my lessons. I mean, now and then people ask me, "Hey, I really want you to do this or the, whatever that was." Da da. I can't remember. That. What's the name of that? When You Wish Upon a Star. I'll do like my stuff. But if I don't do my stuff, I want it to be something that people could bring elsewhere, too. So it isn't just gym specific, if it need not be. So anyway, yeah, you could do it. It's fine. No problem, man. I mean, you've been a great inspiration to me. You really have. You're special. I mean,
that's what my friends say. I'm just kidding.
Well,
I don't mean special in a way where you need medication. If you write a tune, like there's two priorities. One, that it be the truth, and the other is finish it. Like that's the priority.
Yeah.
Like even if you're sweeping a little dust under the carpet, and thinking, geez, I've heard this 1,000 times, but I finished it. And you bring it to the band sometimes, and they make it into a great tune. So finishing it, if you finish it, it allows you to get it out in the world. It's like, oh, here's my finish.
You can always change it later, right?
You could always change it later, so.
Hey, I really hope you enjoyed this session with Jim Campilongo. There'll be a link to his website below. He's got an awesome collection of lessons available and stacks of records. Over 100 tracks on iTunes that you should check out as well. There's some really stellar guitar work that you're definitely going to want to check out. I'll see you for plenty more lockdown lessons very soon. You take care. Bye-bye.